Hey everybody, I'm in what I affectionately call my dungeon basement. Actually, it's a lot better than it was. I'm still doing a lot of electrical work. Um, I've got a lot of machines that I bought, a lot of equipment. I've got my vinyl cutter over there. I've got my new drill press. I've got my lathe, or I mean my mill. This is the magnetic bending brake. Got the bandsaw, the new bandsaw grinder. Um, I've got my lathe over there in the background. And what we're doing today is I am building a CNC router. I've got my spindle right here. I got all my parts for it. I've got my drag chain. I've got my linear rail, my all my stuff for my wiring. I've got my servos, servo motors. I've got all of my axes, all my linear bearings, my power supply for all my electronics. I've got my vinyl templates cut out for my sides to hold the gantry. I made that on the vinyl cutter. I've got all of my electrical. I got my gecko drives. I got my breakout boards. I've got my circuit breakers, my switches, my heat sinks. I've got my inverter. Got my water pump. Like I said, that's my this is my spindle. Very expensive spindle, very high quality spindle. And then over here I've got my extrusion that I'm getting ready to put together. Here's my linear rails. So I've got a lot of extra of those. This is what I'm going to do now, is I've got to put these right here on the rails. So we're going to be doing that, and it's all basically, all this is to start working on airplane parts. There's a part that I fabricated. I've almost finished it. It's kind of been sitting for a while, but all them parts are handmade, every one of them. So I'm gonna figure out somewhere to put this camera, and this right here is actually where the table's gonna go, in this area right here. There's all the extrusion, there's all the angle brackets, all the screws, nuts, bolts, all the stuff to put it together with. And I'm just going to utilize the space that I've got, because it's the only place I can put it. I'm going to be getting rid of this table and all this stuff right here, and then bring this magnetic brake back a little bit so I can bend my metal. And yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to do. So what we're going to do is set the drill press up, and I'm going to drill and tap the holes. I've got to take these extrusions here, these long extrusions, and what I've got to do is I've got to drill the 4 holes right here and tap them to be able to accept this plate right here. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now, is doing that. So, and I'm not sure about the camera angle. I forgot I'm using my phone over here, and I really don't need to do that. I need to be looking at the back of the camera, so when I turn it around, I know I'm pointing at the right thing. So anyway, let me get set up here, put the camera somewhere where we can see. I'm going to drill and tap. I'm going to use a drill press, and I'll try to use the drill press. I'm not sure I'll be able to drill and tap it with that. I can't tap it with the drill press, but I can drill the holes out. So let me set the camera up somewhere, and then I will be right back. Okay, well, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, because the drill press is obviously not tall enough to do this. So the reach, I had some shorter ones I was hoping it would be, but these are. So anyway, I'm going to drill these out. which actually they're already drilled to the right size, which is awesome. So now all I gotta do is tap them out. So let me go over here and get my tap. And I've got some tap magic here. Cut the end off of it really quick. And we can tap these out. Let me move the operation over here to the table. I think that's going to be a lot better area to do this. Put that right there, and I can see what I'm doing here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tap this on the edge of the table here. So let me cut this end off real quick. Take the protection. The only thing about these making these kind of vlogs that's hard is you don't know exactly what to cut out and what not to cut out. It's like what do people want to see and not see. So anyway, got my tap magic here. And tap this out. I believe you can see it there the best you can. Alright. Tap. And I might be able to tap these out with the drill, I'm not sure. So we'll see. Let's see how easy they tap here. If this is soft aluminum, I can probably do it with the drill. So let me try the drill. I only have to tap out one side here, so markings are on, so I don't know if I'm going. Batteries are no good. Alright, so we'll do them the old-fashioned way. Get this. Just had a weak drill, so just tap these out by hand. I can't stand junk tools. I'm not sure how deep I need to tap these. This is going to take a minute. love to put that in my drill press. I'm not sure how deep I need to make those. Okay, so I think these are way longer. They're way longer than I need. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I don't need them this long. I'm gonna have to run that tap all the way into there just to get these to, that's going to take forever. Especially by hand. Let me get a so I need to get some shorter screws. This is not gonna. It's gonna take forever, so I'll probably cut these off. That is going to take. What I can do is use this. See, we're all learning together. I wish I could get this out of here. Ah, you can. Now, that may be something. Let's see. Now what we can do is use this right here and put that in. This will go in here. Like so. Then into here, like so. Now, let me see how this works. That'd be great if I had a good battery, so let me get my other battery, which I got right there. That's how you do it. Okay, so now what I need to do is see how far that goes up in there. I'm going to have to cut these off. Okay, so what I did was I ground down the shank so that way I can go in deeper. And we're going to see if that allows me to get in there deep enough to finish up and get that. Alright, so now with the brush, clean that off, and just take our time, cut the threads. Now, let's see if that's deep enough. Maybe just a little bit deeper. I need to mark it when I get it where I want it. The problem is the flutes are gone off of the flutes are gone off when you do that, so you have to be careful you don't load it up too much. So I'm going to finish this up right now. That's about as far as I want to go, so let me mark that. Well, let's see if I can mark it with this. See what that did. Yep, okay. So that's good. All right, so that should be deep enough. Luckily, I've only got 16 of these to do. And really, 2 of them would be enough because it's just a plate, so 2 of them would hold it. But we want to tap it all the way. Yep, that's plenty deep enough right there. That'll work. Okay, so we're going to have to drill or tap them all that deep. Alright, so we're going to put this on and see if it's all tight. looking good. And this is not even critical. I mean, the weight's going to be sitting on it, so 2 of them would be plenty to hold it down. But I definitely don't need screws this long for the job that these are doing. So, but it's fine. That's what they sent me. That's what I'll use. Could cut them off just a little bit. There we go. So we got one down. And I'm thinking about taking these rubber pieces off because on the CNC it's going to have so much weight on it that I'm afraid once I get it leveled up that that what's going to happen is once it's leveled, these things could start to collapse. And once that's a good 3/8 of an inch. So that thing could get off by 3/8 of an inch. So I'm thinking about just setting it onto the metal and taking this completely off. And I think that'll be a better leg. That way, wherever I set it at is where it's actually going to be. And I don't want this thing out too much. So about an inch of adjustment should be fine. That should be good right there. So there you go. Leg number 1. All right, so let's get the rest of them knocked out. Probably in fast motion, not in slow motion, since it's taking so long. Okay guys, I'm back. Batteries are charged up. I took a nap. So I think I'm ready to finish up these last few. And get these done. Okay, so that's all of those. These don't get nothing done to them. These are the uprights. So these don't get anything done to them other than a bracket put on them. I'm thinking about doing that on the table here. So I put these down on the floor. Okay, now it's time for the next part of the project. Bring this down here. maybe a little easier to see what I'm doing. We are putting the legs on these. There we go. Putting the legs on these extrusions. They drilled the holes for me already. So we are going to get these put on. I hope. I like the way there's a notch in them. If you can see, there's a little notch in the bolts that tells you that they're facing the right way when you tighten them up, which is awesome. It works out pretty good. So anyway, let me get these on here, and then you got 4 of these to do, and then pretty much I'm done. So put that right there. And we tighten them up. And those little tabs, those little notches stay just where they're supposed to. So I guess they go in there. When they go in there, they have a little lip on here, on this one side right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's different. There's a little lip right there and right there, and it keeps it. It goes in there and it locks it in so that it can't spin on you. So that way, when you tighten it up, it locks it right there into the track as it pulls up. So as long as that line right there is even with is opposite of your extrusion hole would run this way, or your channel would run that way. So as long as it's opposite of that, you're locked in. That's pretty cool. I never really worked with this stuff before. I've never worked with it to this scale. I mean, this is a lot of extrusion that I got. I got it from China right before they kind of shut down things coming in from China. It's hard to get stuff from China right now. I tried to get some, instead of using the T's, I was going to get some what's called whiskers, and they have a hole right here, and it goes in there, then it screws down with an Allen wrench and pulls up. So it's kind of, to me, it's a stronger bond or connection than using a bracket. I couldn't even get them. I couldn't get them because it was getting hard to get stuff from China, which was crazy, but it's the way it was. So I just put these in here and turn them, and so basically, when you put it in there and you turn it, that locks into that, and it won't let it spin anymore. It won't let it turn. So it'll spin this way, but it won't spin any further that way, which is the way you're going to tighten it, which is pretty cool. It makes it easier. So, all right, so get these put in and drop the plate. See, I'm putting this plate, see, it's got this, so I'm putting this plate upside down on the flat because I got to have the nuts. They didn't send me T-nuts for this, which T-nuts would have been better with an Allen bolt, but this will work just fine. It's on the very bottom. The only thing that it makes it bad for is the nut for the leg is, it's going to get in the way. These are going to get in the way, but I can always take one off if I got to adjust the table, or when I adjust the table, I guess. But this is just fine. All the weight's bearing down on it anyway. I learned something from building airplanes. people worry the first time they build airplanes. They worry way too much about little bitty things, and you don't have to. So I said I only want about an inch hanging down or hanging out, so I'll have some adjustment, but I don't want too much lowered, or I don't want too much. I don't want it to wobble. So okay, those are done. Now I've got to go get my other piece and my other piece of extrusion and bring it over, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to put these other two on, and that will finish up the legs. Then I'm going to go to Home Depot, and I'm going to get some shorter screws for the leg, the other uprights we did, and kind of get these in the middle. All right. Okay. Okay, we're good there. Grab a wrench. They said to torque these down to German specs, which is Guten tight. So that's what they are. They're Guten tight. All right. So we got that one. Up to there. It's got a burr on it, I believe. Maybe. Yep, it's got a burr on it. Let's see. I don't see a burr. Okay. I'm definitely through the plate. Ooh, barely missing. Come on. Don't fight me. There we go. Oh, that's a small burr somewhere. There's that one. Now what we'll do is we'll move down here and we'll get the last one done. Let me get that's it for these. Let me. I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get the shorter screws, and I'll be back and get the shorter screws, and then we'll go to the next step. So I'll be back.